The 4 a.m. sky is the color of a faded bruise. I'm sitting here counting the things I have left to lose. But then you turn in your sleep and the world stops spinning round. You're the only thing keeping my feet on this jagged ground. The TV is humming a static silver song. I've been waiting for a feeling like this for way too long. Just a boy in the dark trying to learn how to breathe again. So honey, keep your eyes open. Don't let the fire go cold. We're writing a story that's already been told. The shadows are long and the winter is coming on fast, but I found a fever that's finally built to last. In a world full of ghosts, you're the only thing that's real. You're the ache in my chest and the only way I heal. Take me right where the light is. There's a vintage Polaroid of us taped to the dash of a car we both know is probably gonna crash. But I don't mind the wreck if I'm sitting next to you. I go through the fire just to get to the view. You taste like the summer and a little bit of rain, a holy kind of medicine for a heavy kind of pain. And I'm finally letting go of the secrets I used to keep. So honey, keep your eyes open. Don't let the fire go cold. We're writing a story that's already been told. The shadows are long and the winter is coming on fast, but I found a fever that's finally built to last. In a world full of ghosts, you're the only thing that's real. You're the ache in my chest and the only way I heal. Take me right where the light is. It's a beautiful sadness, isn't it, love? To find what you need when you've given it up. The sun's gonna rise and the stars are gonna bleed, but you are the only horizon I need. Yeah, you're the only horizon I need. The curtains are drawn, the cold is creeping across the floor. I'm not scared of the dark, not anymore. No, not anymore. Right here where the light is. The lipstick's faded on the rim of the glass, watching the minutes and the memories pass. You're leaning by the door in your old denim coat, and I'm choking on the words that are stuck in my throat. The room is painted in a neon sort of blue. I'm losing my grip on the version of you. They used to love me when the summer was new. It's a beautiful tragedy, the way we come unglued. So honey, stay a little longer, just until the gold turns gray. Don't let the morning wash the ghost of us away. I know the healing starts the moment that you leave, but I'm not ready for the air that I'll have to breathe. I've been tracing the cracks in the ceiling all week, finding the strength that I'm told I should see. I'm a Hollywood starlet in a black and white film, trying to survive in a world you don't feel. But your sin is a fever I don't wanna break, a soulful reminder of my favorite mistake. We're a sad kind of magic, a vintage design, a heartbreak that's bitter but tastes just like wine. So honey, stay a little longer, just until the gold turns gray. Don't let the morning wash the ghost of us away. I know the healing starts the moment that you leave, but I'm not ready for the air that I'll have to breathe. Oh, the world is waiting with its cold white light, but we can stay haunted for just one more night. The silence that follows the weight of our stairs. I'm mending the pieces, I'm learning the dance of living a life without a second chance. But before I let go, before I am strong, give me the comfort of belonging where I don't belong. Sun is hitting the edge of the bed. I remember the things that we never quite said. I'm okay, I will be. But for now, just stay. Radio's humming a song with no name, just a low silver buzz and a flicker of flame. I'm sitting on the edge of a velvet dark night, watching the city bleed neon and white. I used to be loud, I used to be gold, before the winter moved in and the story got old. Just listen to the hiss of the rain, trying to find the melody inside of the pain. But you're the frequency I finally found, the only thing keeping me close to the ground. When the world is a riot, a beautiful mess, you're the heartbeat underneath my summer dress. I've been driving for hours through a black and white dream, Nothing is quite as fragile as it seems. I'm mending the holes in my cinematic soul, learning that breaking is part of the whole. The heartbreak was heavy, a vintage style way, but I'm trading my ghost for a cleaner slate. I'm washing the salt from the corners of my eyes, underneath these wide cinematic skies. 'Cause you're the frequency I finally found, the only thing keeping me close to the ground. When the world is a riot, a beautiful mess, you're the heartbeat underneath my summer dress. In a sea of white noise, honey, you're the magnetic, the only real thing, my anchor in the static. Maybe we're flickering, maybe we're blurred, but I'm finally hearing the things I once feared. The noise doesn't hurt when I'm holding your hand. I'm a shipwreck that finally found the sand. Yeah, I'm finally reaching the land. The signal is clearing, the buzzing is gone. I'm waking up slowly, I'm meeting the dawn right here in the quiet. My anchor in the static. The sun is setting on a California dream. Nothing is ever as perfect as it seems. I'm wearing that dress you said made me look like a star, while I'm chasing the ghosts in the backseat of your car. The silence is heavy, a vintage kind of ache. How many forevers does it take for a heart to break? I'm watching the dust motes dance in the hall, waiting for the echoes of your name to finally fall. And that's just how the story goes, isn't it, honey? We trade all our gold for a sky that's less sunny. First comes the fever, then comes the cold, a beautiful tragedy that never gets old. I'm mending the pages, I'm learning to let you flow, 'cause I finally figured it out. That's just how the story goes. I walk down to the shoreline where the salt meets the sand, trying to remember the weight of your hand. But the waves have a way of washing the bitterness clean, turning the used to be into a might have been. I'm drinking black coffee and reading the signs, finding the healing between all the broken lines. I'm not a victim, I'm just a witness to the flame, and I don't flinch anymore when a stranger speaks your name. And that's just how the story goes, isn't it, honey? We trade all our gold for a sky that's less sunny. First comes the fever, then comes the cold, a beautiful tragedy that never gets old. I'm mending the pages, I'm learning to let you flow, 'cause I finally figured out dive bars. It had to burn out for the light to break through. I had to lose everything just to lose you. And God, it's a beautiful view. Out of the frame under a clear blue sky. Yeah, that's just how the story goes. It goes on. It goes on. The sunlight's leaning heavy on the kitchen floor, and I don't jump at the shadows by the door anymore. I remember how they looked wrapped around a steering wheel, a '69 classic, polished chrome and heavy steel. You had those artist fingers stained with ink and salt. We were a beautiful engine that shuddered to a halt. I used to find my safety in the creases of your palm, the center of the storm, the only kind of calm. But oh, I know your hands better than I know my own mind. The way they trace the secrets that I left behind. They were a map of every place I ever wanted to go. A velvet kind of language that only we would know. But I'm washing off the memory, I'm drying out the ink. I'm standing on the edge and I'm choosing not to sink. I still know your hands, but I'm finally letting them go. I bought some yellow roses just to watch them bloom and fade, living in the quiet of the choices that we made. I'm tracing different lines now on the neck of this guitar. Healing is a journey that's led me back from far. I don't feel the phantom touch when the evening turns to gray. The almost and the used to be's are drifting far away. My skin is finally mine again, a canvas clean and white. No longer searching for your fingers in the middle of the night. 'Cause oh, I know your hands better than I know my own mind. The way they trace the secrets that I left behind. They were a map of every place I ever wanted to go. A velvet kind of language that only we would know. But I'm washing off the memory, I'm drying out the ink. I'm standing on the edge and I'm choosing not to sink. I still know your hands, but I'm finally letting them go. It was a vintage kind of devotion, wasn't it, babe? A Hollywood ending we both try to save. But there's a strength in the empty, a grace in the gone. I'm learning how to carry my own heavy heart into the dawn. Yeah, I'm carrying it on. peeks through the lace like a nervous guest. I'm still waking up on the left, tucked into the edge. I leave the kettle whistling until it loses its breath, just to drown out the silence of the ghost in this mess. I'm wearing your old flannel, the one with the frayed sleeve, tracing the patterns of the lies I used to believe. The sheets are cold on the right, like a winter in June. I'm just a tragic starlet singing to an empty room. And I'm still sleeping on the same side of the bed, holding on to the things that you never quite said. It's a beautiful kind of torture, vintage regret, trying to remember what I'm supposed to forget. But I'm mending the rhythm, I'm finding the thread, even if I'm still on the same side of the bed. I bought some white lilies to mask the scent of your smoke. The healing is slow, honey, it's a delicate joke. I'm watching the old films where the girl always stays, but I'm rewriting the ending in 100 small ways. The coffee is bitter, but the light is getting sweet. I'm learning to walk on my own two tired feet. I don't look at the door every time the floorboards groan. There's a power in the quiet when you're finally alone. I'm still sleeping on the same side of the bed, holding on to the things that you never quite said. It's a beautiful kind of torture, vintage regret, trying to remember what I'm supposed to forget. But I'm mending the rhythm, I'm finding the thread, even if I'm still on the same side of the bed. Maybe the space is a gift, not a whole. Maybe the fragment is part of the whole. I'm not waiting for your key to turn in the lock, I'm just letting the time tick tock, tick tock. I'm moving to the middle, yeah, I'm moving to the middle. Tonight I'll take up all the room, let the shadows dance in the gloom. I'm okay, I'm really okay, just a girl on her own side of the The sun is a ghost on the edge of the kitchen floor. I'm still waiting for the ghost of your hand on the door. We were a velvet dream in a Technicolor world, just a reckless boy and a cinematic girl. I remember the way the dashboard glowed in the dark, how we'd sit in the driveway just to keep the spark. You were my religion, my once in a blue moon. But the summer ended and then it ended way too soon. And I still feel our fingers laced together like a promise we made to the heavy weather. It was a beautiful night, a gold-plated chain, the only sweet thing in a season of rain. Now I'm unlearning to touch, I'm mending the tear, learning to breathe in the cold morning air. But God, we were magic, with our fingers laced together. I've been driving the coast with the windows rolled down, trying to lose your scent in this nobody town. I'm washing the salt and the honey out of my hair, finding the pieces of me that are actually there. The heartbreak is a vintage dress I'm finally outgrowing, a heavy kind of beauty that I'm finally not showing. I don't reach for the empty seat when I turn the key. I'm finally becoming a version of me, and I still feel our fingers laced together like a promise we made to the heavy weather. It was a beautiful night, a gold-plated chain, the only sweet thing in a season of rain. Now I'm unlearning to touch, I'm mending the tear, learning to breathe in the cold morning air. But God, we were magic, with our fingers laced together. It's a long way down when you finally let go of the only anchor you ever really know. But the space between my palms isn't empty anymore. It's filled with the light coming through the open door. I'm okay, I'm finally letting my hand stay, just stay. The lace is frayed and the gold is faded, but my hands are my own now. Yeah, they're my own, softly losing the ghost of our fingers laced together. sun is a ghost. The sun is a ghost of our fingers laced together. Found it buried in a box behind the door. A piece of you I wasn't looking for anymore. It's that oversized navy blue frayed at the wrist, from a winter we spent lost in the Palisades mist. I pressed it to my face and the world went black and white. Suddenly I'm back in the glow of your taillights. It's cedarwood and peppermint and a hint of the rain. A vintage kind of comfort for a modern kind of pain. And oh, it's just that old sweatshirt smell, the heaven I remember, and the way that clinging to the fabric like a ghost in the thread, saying all the secrets that we never quite said. I'm breathing in the heartbreak, I'm drinking in the blue, wrapped up in the memory of the version of you that I'm finally letting go of. I thought about washing the scent right out of the sleeves, but some parts of the story you just never wanna leave. I wore it to the kitchen while the coffee started to brew, looking at the garden where the summer flowers grew. The healing isn't a mountain, it's just a quiet room where the sadness doesn't feel like a heavy kind of doom. I'm tracing the coffee stains, the tiny little tears, counting up the minutes that felt like 20 years. And oh, it's just that old sweatshirt smell, the heaven I remember, and the way that I felt is clinging to the fabric like a ghost in the thread, saying all the secrets that we never quite said. I'm breathing in the heartbreak, I'm drinking in the blue, wrapped up in the memory of the version of you that I'm finally letting go of. The scent is fading now, I can feel it slip away like the light at the end of a long November day. I'm not reaching for the phone, I'm not crying on the floor, I'm just folding up the us that isn't us anymore. It's okay. every day. I'm putting you back in the box, closing the lid. The room smells like just the rain now, just the morning. Goodbye to that old sweatshirt smell. Is a pale white corn in the bruised night sky. I'm watching the satellites and the silver planes go by. The bed feels like an ocean, vast and terrifyingly deep. Since you took the part of me I promised you could keep. I'm heavy in the chest, like I'm made of lead and stone, learning how to be a queen on a velvet hollow throne. The air is thin up here, but the pull is always there. The ghost of your ghost is everywhere. And oh, it's the gravity between us, honey. It pulls me under, then it spins on a beautiful weight that I didn't know how to carry. The kind of divine that's a little bit scary. I'm falling through the stars, but I'm finally seeing the dust, mending the heart and the habit and the trust. Yeah, I'm grounded now by the gravity between us. I walk down to the pier where the wood is salt decayed, thinking about the promises and the choices that we made. The water doesn't look as cold as it did a week ago. There's a comfort in the yes and a power in the no. I'm breathing in the ozone, I'm exhaling the blue, becoming a version of myself that doesn't need you. The healing is a slow dance in a room with no light, but I'm finding my rhythm in the middle of the night. And oh, it's the gravity between us, honey. It pulls me under, then it spins all my money. A beautiful weight that I didn't know how to carry. The kind of divine that's a little bit scary. I'm falling through the stars, but I'm finally seeing the dust, mending the heart and the habit and the trust. Yeah, I'm grounded now by the gravity between us. Maybe we were meant to fly, maybe we were meant to land, to feel the grit and the glory and the heat of the sand. I'm not drifting anymore, I'm not lost in the black. I'm finally finding the way to get myself back. It's not a fall, it's a homecoming. Hey, it's a homecoming. The sun is touching the floorboards now. The weight is just light. I'm standing still, I'm doing alright. just me and the gravity between us. The vinyl's finished spinning, but I let the needle stay, watching the shadows of the palm trees dance their lives away. There's a ghost of your cologne still clinging to the drapes, a hazy sort of memory that never quite escapes. I used to fear the silence, I used to check the door, waiting for the us that isn't us anymore. But the blue is turning violet, and the air is getting sweet. I'm finally learning how to hear my own heartbeat. And oh, it's the quiet after you, the kind of Elvis stillness that I'm finally leaning through. It was deafening at first, a heavy hollow ring, but now it's like a song that only I can sing. I'm mending all the edges and washing off the blue in the beautiful, holy quiet, the quiet after you. I bought a bouquet of lilies just to watch them bloom and die underneath the gold of a cinematic sky. I'm drinking black coffee from the cup you used to hold, finding the silver in a story that's gone cold. The healing is a slow dance in a room with no one there, reclaiming every corner, every breath of midnight air. I don't look for your shadow when I turn out the light. I'm perfectly at home in the middle of the night. And oh, it's the quiet after you, the kind of velvet stillness that I'm finally leaning through. It was deafening at first, a heavy hollow ring, but now it's like a song that only I can sing. I'm mending all the edges, I'm washing off the blue in the beautiful, holy quiet, the quiet after you. Maybe I was hiding in the noise of your flame, burning up the parts of me that didn't know my name. But the fire's gone to embers and the smoke has cleared the room, and I'm the only flower that's allowed to bloom. Yeah, I'm allowed to bloom. The moon is hitting the floorboards now, the static's finally gone. I'm not waiting for the sunset, I'm meeting the dawn, just me in the quiet, the beautiful quiet after you.